Katty, Konnie, and Loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Well, hello, back again. Here we are, back again. And we have countdown of 12 minutes to find out whether Diddy's going to walk or not. I want to share this with you so that we can have it up and ready. Right? Oh, well, I guess not. Maybe I don't want to share that.
Knock, knock. Hi there. I'd love to show you what a K-12 powered school is really like. Step inside.
Not this one.
Case and everything like that. No, I
Nope, we don't want to share that one. Sorry, guys. Let me find one here. Let me find one for you. Here we go. Nope. Let me find us one. Let me find us one that's going live right now. Let me find us. Everybody's waiting patiently to see what's going to happen. And, wow. You know, if he gets off, telling you right now, I just keep thinking about it. If he gets off, we've just set ourselves back 100 years. All right, guys. Sorry, I found somewhere. So everybody's waiting patiently here. I keep seeing that same dude. So here we are, waiting to see what the judge says. He's got a few minutes. Linda may be joining us here in a little bit. Her mom is doing good, by the way, so everybody knows. So, here we go. Is he going to walk? Is he going to walk? Is he going to walk? Let's see. What do you think? Is he going to walk? I think he's going to, guys. I think he's going to walk. What a scary thought that is, right? I mean, I don't know how y'all feel, but I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I think that I'm not sure justice was really served here. And do you think for 1 second that everybody isn't in hiding and scared to death that he's going to get out and he's going to orchestrate some? I mean, come on, don't you feel like inside, and maybe it's just me in my own personal opinion, that there were some things that he wasn't charged for that he's guilty of? I don't know. Just putting that out there. I don't think Diddy's hands are dirty as far as any kind of unaliving people, but I think that he has the money and the people that can do it for him. That's what I think, in my own personal opinion. But I will be curious to see exactly what happens here. I want to see what this judge says. The letter came out that I got to hear what the letter said that the defense wrote. And I thought, after I heard it, I thought, wow, you can write on there, I guess you can say whatever you want to a judge. It's like an in your face kind of thing. I told you so. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's right. It's like the respect for the judicial system is gone, guys. And you wonder why? Well, I don't know. Have they done anybody any favors? I'll be curious. I'm waited with bated breath to watch him walk out those doors because I believe that's going to happen. I mean, they've already shattered what I felt, and so why not finish it off? That's my own personal opinion. So we have 9 minutes waiting to see what the judge says. Wow. Just wow. What do you guys think?
Return for a bail here. Yes, I just wrote it. It's a typical word.
I'm sure the family's all coming back. They should be loading in here in just a minute. Here comes the family, right? Or they're come. Yeah, here they come. Coming in to see what the judge says. See if Daddy's coming out. Let's see. Well, welcome.
Hello.
Join us in all the chaos.
Yeah. Well,
Reliant is the home of free
I
electricity.
obviously
Your
don't
home
have
is
any
the home
makeup
of
on.
more flavor,
It's all
more
good.
love.
It's all good. We just want to see what's going to happen.
That's just ridiculous.
No, Whoopi, I got off for a while, and now I'm waiting for the verdict because that the judge makes his decision in 7 minutes. So we're going to find out exactly what's going to happen. Is he going to walk out of there like the puff marshmallow man and be all inflated? And
Hi, Wolfie.
Linda's bummed, Whoopi. Linda's bummed, and along with all the rest of us here.
I'm beyond bummed. I am outright pissed. I mean, same way with OJ.
Mm-hmm.
Just get away with it.
Yeah.
Get away with hurting women. That must be the new norm in America. Puh, probably, Wolfie. Probably. And he'll be getting high tonight with his kids.
There goes his kids. Getting ready.
Now they're all walking like they ain't shit.
Oh, they're all that now, right now. And then Puff's gonna walk out with them here pretty soon. You watch, you mark my words. And he's gonna be doing the look, I won.
Okay, yeah. What's the button you have to hit when it's on the floor like this?
Watch and see what happens here.
They should have never held this trial in New York. Because we all know that they're just as bad as California. You know?
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see what the judge has to say.
Well, the way with everything else went, he probably will go home. And then when he goes to court for his sentencing, he maybe has to do 6 months, and then he'll be out on good behavior and blah blah blah.
Yeah, they'll probably drop it all. It's like what you said. He'll probably have an ankle monitor on him, and that'll be the end of it.
Mark my words, we will see him in federal court again.
Well, he'll be a little more careful the next time. You watch. He'll be real careful. Do everything where people can't find him.
Yeah, he can do it in his house now.
Right?
That's what he started doing anyway towards the end. He was just trying to be a slick jerk the night before he was supposed to surrender, and that's why they picked him up, because he had his jet fueled and ready to go.
Yeah, I thought he was getting ready to leave. That's what I understood. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely crazy.
It makes people feel like that, you know what? We all know that it was because Diddy had money. But it gives the Joe Blow on the street thinking that, if Diddy can get away with it, I can.
Oh, yeah, but Joe Blow on the street would never get away with it.
Oh, heck no. And he wouldn't.
Joe Blow would be doing 50 years.
Well, and Joe Blow is... Joe Blow would be underneath the jail.
Yep.
Well, you know what, Wolfie? It's the truth. It's the truth. That's why a lot of people carry.
I have to go get my license to carry.
You can get it online.
I have to do that, because I truly am at the point where I don't like going out at night, and that's just stupid. And if I do go out at night, and we live in the suburbs, and if I do go out at night, my mom, make sure you call me when you get home. My boyfriend, make sure you call me when you get home.
I don't think Texas you have to have one. We're open carry, by the way.
Yeah, you are open carry, but yeah, you do need one in Michigan. And it's stupid. Did you know licenses in general, fishing license, driver's license, marriage license, did you know those are all illegal?
Yeah, I
You
believe
have to
that.
pay for them. I don't blame you, Wolfie. I don't blame you. If I could, because I have a baby Ruger. Hi, Sputsy.
Hey,
I have
Spud.
a baby Ruger, and
Well, it gets to the point. Here's the thing. It gets to the point that you feel like you need to protect yourself. And with this going on, domestic violence is what they're referring it as, domestic violence.
that's exactly what they gave him. They gave him domestic violence.
Yeah.
How can you
What I
not
saw.
find sex trafficking if you're flying people all over the country and all over the world?
Mm-mm. What happened to the coercion, and what happened to the forced?
You're right, Marmik. You're right.
You're absolutely right, Marmik. It's, you know what? We just went back as far as women goes 100 years.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not one of those, burn your bra women and all
No,
of that.
me neither.
My thing is this: I still want to be treated like a lady, but I believe that if you and a gentleman do the exact same job, you should, and do the exact same hours, you should get paid the exact same.
If you're doing exactly the same job.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yes.
But this is really, really a sad day in America. It really is.
Well,
It's as bad as when OJ got walked.
it's a sad thing. It's a sad day, and this
Yeah.
is why people carry. This is
Yeah.
why you're going to find people carrying. They're going to
Yeah.
start packing. It's a scary thought.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a scary thought. And here's another thought for you. Do you think those witnesses feel safe right now?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. No, they're all going to go in hiding. I mean, and that's not going to be easy for Cassie. She's got 3 kids and one's a newborn.
Yeah, she'll just have to have her stuff delivered. So she'll be doing time at home. How about that? And
Right.
that's
Now, the thing is, this stupid son of a gun is going to walk free, and all these people are going to be in jail for the rest of their life because they have to watch their back.
right. Right.
How is that fair? How is that fair?
And see, a Frico is not a Rico. Okay. See, this is stomping all over the victims. And that makes me sick. That makes me want to vomit.
I did earlier when the verdict came in. I did. I literally got sick to my stomach, and I thought, this is not the America I know.
Mm-mm.
This is
No, what they're
not the
saying
America I
is that
grew
they
up in.
were they were okay with it. They were all down with it. Even when Cassie was trying to escape and got dragged back down he tried to drag her
Right.
back down the hallway.
Right.
She was still compliant. She was still okay with it.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. And just like when Jane said, no, I don't gonna do them, that was being compliant too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to see the jurors. I really would.
They were all older gentlemen. And I saw a list of what they were. There was one that was 30 years old, and she was a female, and she was a deli clerk. But other than that, all of them ranged from the age of 62 to 74. And a lot of them were men.
So that just tells you how many men are freaking weirdos.
So if you take the 30-year-old female that worked at the deli out, you had 2 more females and 10 men.
So basically, them being older, watching those freak offs probably gave them a tingle in their Tootsie Roll.
You know what? That is so wrong. So wrong.
Yep.
So wrong.
They probably enjoyed watching it. If they found him innocent, I say they enjoyed watching it. And that's my opinion, of course.
Right. Right. I'm just saddened by the whole situation. I'm very saddened by the whole situation.
I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
We watched Linda earlier. We watched Kohlberger just sit back and say he did it all.
Ugh.
Did you do this? Yes, I did. Did you do that? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What a life. You pay no bills. You have 3 meals a day. You have a roof over your head for the rest of your life that you don't have to pay for. You get your laundry done. To me, that's not hard life.
Although you can't be around your family. I guess that sucks. But I mean, well, the way this case goes, it doesn't matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cable, recreation, right? They go play basketball all the time.
Right. And if you think for 1 minute they're not getting drugs and making alcohol in jail, you guys got a screw loose.
Well, and they have phones too. Don't think they don't have phones.
Mm-hmm.
They all have phones.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
what he did in jail was a crime. Using other people's PIN numbers. That is a crime. But
they said
under the rug.
But the defense attorney said in his letter that he has been a model prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
He's done nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. He has showed utmost respect for the court system.
Sure.
You know,
spin it any way they can.
Yeah, right, Woofy. What about that?
Absolutely.
What about that?
All of them.
Yeah, nothing. A lot of things just got kind of swept under the table, right? In fact, I don't even think the defense even. I don't think the defense even addressed those.
No, and you know what? You're absolutely right, Spudsy. I believe they were paid off.
I do too.
I believe they were paid off. Every last one of them.
And you know what, Woofy? I thought so too. I thought if you were caught with a pew pew with the serial numbers
Yes.
scratched off, it was automatic jail sentence. That's what I understood.
Yes.
But apparently not. I mean, we can go down the list.
They
of
didn't bring
people
him up
that
gun
have gotten off.
charges. They didn't bring him up on gun charges. And how can you not find Rico on bribery when he paid $100,000 for what he thought was the video?
Or extortion. He extorted Cassie's family for
$20,000.
$20,000.
How
Yeah.
is that not Rico? How is distribution of drugs? How is that? He paid for the drugs. He got the drugs and he gave them to him. What did he tell Cassie the first time? Here, just take this.
I believe truly, I believe that there were some jurors on there that were paid off that were planted in there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to make me feel maybe 25 was planted.
Well, look how bad that he fought to keep the one juror. The defense. I mean, it was unheard of. The lengths he was going to keep the juror.
Mm-hmm. The one juror. Right.
Number 6.
Right. Well, this is what I've got to say about that. If you got taken a bribe and you were on that jury and you let him walk, it's all on you. That red liquid is all on you if anything happens from here on out.
Yep. Be proud of yourself because you just let a major criminal walk.
Well, he's a monster.
Good
Now,
job.
is it illegal to be a monster? No. But is it illegal to
do the monster thing?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. He's
It
got to be the luckiest SOB I've ever seen, besides OJ. The two of them. But
And Weinstein got off on his too.
yep. Oh, thank you, Spudsy. I'm feeling okay. My son is home. He's doing okay. And my mom is holding her own. They're keeping her because they want to do more tests. But they're talking about letting her go home after she does her tests in the morning. So
it's all good news.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you so much.
And that pigeon is out there waiting to hear the verdict itself. Oh, I decided it was taking too long.
No, Wolfie. I think juror number 6 was a plant, and that's why they fought so hard to keep him. And I think it was just the prosecution got their way. Yep. I honestly, well, it's New York. Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you, Norm. I honestly think that, or I honestly thought that there would be more of a clash out in front of the court. But then again, it's New York. And New York, look at how dumb they are. Look at who they're voting in for their mayor.
I know. That's scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
Right. So if you want to, do a crime, just go to New York to do it. You'll be set free.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you have money.
separate.
Yeah, I'm really really angry about it. I really am, and I don't need the extra stress in my life, but I am flabbergasted. I am absolutely flabbergasted. I thought for sure he was going to do at least 20 years. At least. I thought they had him on Rico, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Um, I don't think if he gets 24 months, we'll
He's
be like,
already served 10.
if he gets 24 months, we'll be lucky.
If he gets 24 months, he is walking out a free man today. Time
Yep.
served and good behavior.
hmm So, in other words, he's walking.
Yep.
And that's what Donna said. Donna was the one that said he'll walk. And my mom said that.
It's
My
just,
mom said that yesterday. She said, you know what? I think he's going to walk. And I said, I don't think he deserves to walk. And she said, but he will. I just have this feeling he's gonna walk. And I said, I've been saying that too, but I really hope I'm wrong.
let me tell you something. I would like to know what happens if they find out that the jurors got paid off. What happens then? All you have to do is watch these people's bank accounts and what they purchase.
Um,
Is that a mistrial then? Or is the verdict in and that stands? But even though they got paid off, that's got to be a crime.
he wasn't, Norm. He was never behaved. He used people's cell phone accounts
He
in
was
there,
making gestures to
PIN
the
numbers.
jury.
He was winking, blinking, and nod at the jury and told not to do that. I mean, he wasn't behaved at anything. You know, he was not behaved at all during all of it. He wasn't behaved in jail.
No. No, and I read somewhere that since he's been in jail, he made $4 million.
Well, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Here we go back to, you know what? Let's reward bad behavior.
Right.
Right? Right?
Yep.
And the worse the behavior, the more we'll reward you. We've got to change the system. Something's got to be. I mean, I hate to be the one to say it, and God forgive me for saying this, but somebody has got to be made an example out of because everybody's getting off.
I simply think that the jury process is just bullshit. I don't believe that your peers should find you guilty or not guilty. I don't believe it. Because
think,
this is exactly what can happen.
well, you know, there was a debate one time about, do you think there should be professional jurors? Instead of everybody getting a jury notice, should there be professional jurors, and should
That
they
know
get
the
paid
laws.
that know the laws? Maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe. But the problem with that, again, is if you had somebody like Diddy that knew that you were a professional juror, they could get right to you, right? So I think
I'll be
they
a
need to
professional
go.
juror. I'll find everybody guilty.
Well, I think what they need to do is definitely explain things a lot better than they do when they go in there. You're going to go deliberate. This is the definition of what this is. You know, this is what trauma bonding is.
You're right, Norm. You're right. I mean,
Oh,
and they even had a specific question about distribution. Hello.
hey, I saw that guy yesterday.
You got your answer. You got your answer. It does not mean that you have to buy them. They never said he was a drug dealer. They said he distributed drugs to people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess they were supposed to really explain that. So we are saying that he distributed drugs to people. So what we are saying is he gave these drugs. But you know what? When you look at the jurors, all 12 of them, they were educated people. There was one that was a massage therapist.
But they're New Yorkers.
Well, I mean,
Look,
one was a
they're the ones that were out
bioengineer.
They're the ones that were out there supporting Palestine. Come on.
Right.
Don't
Right.
forget about this.
Right. I don't know.
Exactly, Wolfie. Exactly. She became addicted and she's still going through trauma therapy. And
Right.
look at all these years later, and she's still going to therapy. Are you kidding me?
It's a sad situation, guys. It's a sad day in America.
They just
we've had
spit
a lot
in
of
her
those.
face. And the reason I say the jury was paid off is that they boldly had no defense. Period. None.
They didn't.
Nope.
No one stood up and was a witness for him. No one defended him. You know what? Actually, when you really get down to brass tacks, even his attorneys didn't defend him.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
No one defended him, and he still got.
Nope.
He got off on his own merit. Do you believe that? After watching the video, do you believe that he got off on his own merit? Or did he get off on some cash under the table?
He got off on cash under the table.
I'm
sitting here right now. And if he walks, he got to the judge. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
If he walks, he got to the judge.
Yeah.
I mean, because they don't bring those charges against you lightly.
No, the feds don't.
No. And they had all their ducks in a row. They proved everything. Yeah, right.
Yep. Yep. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
If that had been me, I would have gotten every RICO charge and the racketeering and all of it. I'd have gotten all of it.
If that would have been anybody regular on the streets, anybody like you or me, we'd be looking at 50 years right now. Or life.
Or life. They would have given me life.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have gotten life. Yeah. Because
no, Wolfie, go down. But I mean, then again, look how people dress nowadays. That's no dignity. I stopped at the store. There's a little local store here that their prices are very, very reasonable. And I stopped there and I walked in and I looked around and I walked out because I could not believe the clothes that they have for women. It's like, are you kidding me? And then I'm looking and it's like plus sizes 1X, 2X, 3X. And it's like somebody that heavy would really wear something like this? That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
I don't know where there's any modesty anywhere. I'm telling you. There isn't. Modesty went out the window a long time ago.
Exactly. I guess there's only like a handful of us left in the world. I don't know.
See, now I learned, now this is probably all changed too, but I don't think so. I don't think it can change the way the genders are. But I learned in college that a man is a visual. They're attracted visually.
Yes.
Okay. A woman is not attracted visually, and she needs more whining and dining for the whole transaction, right? So when you're out there showing your cooch and your cheeks of your butts hanging out and everything, are you not exciting these?
That means you have no respect for yourself.
Well, I mean, they're saying no is no, and then they're
Yeah,
saying we should be able to show what we want to. And look at, I'm gonna pull up my shirt here. But I mean, yeah, no, no, get it all to hang out. Get
right.
your little cheeks.
I'll be right back.
Okay, get the little cheeks of your butt hanging out and do all your thing. And did you know this is what they say? But some of those people are going along putting all the pride and glory out there for everyone to look at, and then something happens and then they get mad. Don't show the goods if you don't want to use them. Oh, that's kind of the way I kind of feel. It's my own personal opinion. Again, it's my own personal opinion. I just don't think that you want to egg it on. You know, no should be no, and you know, I just think that this case just took women back 100 years. My own personal opinion. You know, you're right. You're right, Sputsy. They want the romance. They want the secure feeling. They want to feel special. They want to feel like, yeah, they want all of that. They want to be romanced. They want to feel special to somebody, to someone. They don't want to be loved by a man that loves everybody. They want to be loved by one man and one man only, and they want it reciprocal. They want that man to only love them also. They want loyalty. They want trust. You know? Right, Wolfie? I don't think you're the only one out there. There's a lot of us out there. Although I got lucky enough to find mine. But I mean, this is what they want. A woman wants to feel secure. She doesn't want to be a beating post. She doesn't want to be kicked, knocked around, and expected to do things with other people as their partner watches. This is not what they want. And they definitely don't want to be paid for somebody to be watched either. You know, I mean, can you imagine? At that point, you might as well be a hooker on your own. Why? It's like, here, I'll just go be a hooker and make my own money. Why am I going to be a hooker for you? I could be a hooker for me and make better money. Because I know there's some call girls out there that make big money. Cassie could have been a call girl for someone herself, if that's what she wanted. I don't think that's what she wanted. And I think that Diddy had some very different and outlandish and demonic ideas of what sex is. And yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow right now today. It's a very hard pill to swallow, and it's going to be a harder pill to swallow when he walks through those doors. And they say he's free to go. And there's nothing wrong. There is not one thing wrong with romance. Romance, I mean, there's a difference between making love and just having a freak off. You know? And anyone who testified today should be a little nervous. That's all I've got to say. And I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Although, you know, Cassie's husband looks like he could be an ornery little thing. So I don't know. I don't know if they would mess with him. But then you know what? When you start talking about what exactly he would do, who knows? Who knows?
How do you not say there was an introduced controversy?
And these attorneys are going to walk out of here just with their chests all blown up, act like they are all that. Look what we did. We are the best attorneys in the United States. Look what we did. Yeah, look what you did. Look exactly what you did. I hope none of your daughters or your granddaughters or any other or your wife or anyone else is ever put in that situation. That's what I've got to say to those attorneys.
Me too, Wolfie. I am a hopeless romantic. That's probably why none of my marriages worked and why I can't find a suitable man. Because, it goes, a little bit of romance speaks a lot.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yep.
It sure isn't beating the brakes off of me. I'm telling you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
That does nothing for me.
Yep. Exactly.
And they said, well, they said they wanted to do it. Cassie said she wanted to do it. Jane said she wanted to do it. Did they have a choice?
Once or twice. And that was at the very beginning.
But did they really have a choice?
No, they didn't. But because they said it once out of hundreds of times, it's not guilty.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, boy.
He's done this for 20 years.
Yep.
See, they didn't emphasize that. Everyone's looking at it like it was only a year or two or 10 years that he was with Cassie. No, it's been going for 20 years.
Oh, I bet Chelsea's just waiting for him, whoever the hell she is. She was brought up at the end. So.
Right. And how many times did they say no?
Right. Right.
And how many times did it matter if they said no?
Right. And just because they say, I love to please you, that may not necessarily mean with a freak off.
And that may not mean with another person. They may be talking about him personally.
And how can you respect somebody that forces a woman to have relations with an escort with no protection? Are you kidding me?
In front of you.
Right. And then when they ask for
the
protection,
person you love.
When they ask for protection, you tell them no.
Oh no, because he needed that stuff. He needed the joy juice to wipe all over his body and well, it would have been contained.
Well, it's not a crime to like baby oil, and it's not a crime to use Astroglide. So he must not be guilty because that's not a crime to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Well, and I guess it's not a crime to want juju juice all over you either and be a freak.
Exactly. That would have creeped me out right then and there.
Right? Was that kind of off there a little bit when you heard about that? That was...
You're right. He wanted the juju juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? He probably licked it off. As sick as that sounds. He probably did. That's why he wanted him to keep it on him.
Here's my question to y'all. Do you think this tainted his reputation, or do you think this inflated his reputation?
I know what I think, but I know what people are going to think. People
man, sorry. I was waiting.
People think that he's a hero. He's a badass pimp.
So you think that it inflated
Yeah.
his really? It might have, because this world has gotten so weird that it could have definitely, it could have inflated his what's the word I'm looking for? His
You go.
popularity,
Oh,
inflated his ego, inflated everything for him.
yeah. And it's funny how all his supporters only came out on the last 3 days.
Well, they came out when they definitely came out. They said that in front of they turned the cameras around. It is just loaded out there with all these
Mhm.
people.
Where were they a month ago?
Well, they didn't know what to think. Now
And
they
they
think
let
that
and the judge let the family get away. And the judge let the family get away with coming anytime they felt like it.
I saw that.
And causing a scene. And then they didn't all come together. Mama's got to come first, and then Sissy's got to come, and then the kids got to come. You got a great dad there, you guys. A great dad. He's such a role model.
Unbelievable. It is truly, when you start thinking about all of it, it's truly unbelievable.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Oh,
And
come on,
he,
Judge. Let him go so he can catch his flight to Miami.
right,
Go
right.
live in a beautiful mansion
They
and
said
laugh.
that. Where did they say he could go? He could go
Star Island.
to California, New York, and Florida.
Which is bullshit. Which is bullshit.
What are you going to detain him to any place in the United States? Okay, you can go anywhere in the United States,
Right.
right? I mean, wow.
I want to see how long it takes for that first credit card bill to come in for a hotel. And the damage is done.
Right? Well, shoot, it won't matter. They'll say that you can't give me, that's double jeopardy.
I'm going to laugh when 10 years down the road when they bring him up on murder charges.
That should have been brought up in this.
It should have. Biggie was brought up for a minute, but that was it.
Yeah. And it was just about 1 minute.
Yep. And with all the stall tactics that the defense had.
Yeah. They keep the lights on for you there at the motel. Well, it's a Motel 6 that keeps the lights on for you. So he might be at the Motel 6.
Yeah, those kind of hotels are used for that stuff anyway, so he wouldn't have to pay a fee to clean it.
Right, and he'll just blend right in with all the rest of them. Because he wears a mask, remember? He wears a mask.
This is a sad day in America.
It is a sad day in America.
Is the judge in there, or
Yeah.
they're in the courtroom?
Yeah, they're in there talking about what he's going to get off here in a little bit. They're supposed to come out, and that's what all those microphones are waiting for them to come out and do their press conference. And at that time, we're going to see that they're going to walk out with Diddy following. Watch, mark my words. Mark my words.
They're doing all the paperwork.
Yep, they're signing him out right now as we speak. Because it's 5:30 and the judge was supposed to tell his at 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go. I'm telling you. It's exactly what's going to happen. Oh, breaking news. Diddy not going home. Bail denied and facing 20 years.
Good. Good. That's what I want to hear.
Wow. Well, see, here you go, because he's got two cases, right? He's got two cases, and each one is 10 years. And if they did them together, if they did them together, it'd be 10 years. But if they do one right after the other, it would be 20 years. Yeah. You know what? Get this press conference going. I
Right?
just saw that. I just saw that. Breaking news, breaking news. I don't know how true that is, allegedly.
Mm.
Oh no, you know what? It's going all over everywhere. Breaking news. Diddy denied bail. That's all right. I want to hear what those attorneys are saying. Bail hearing. Diddy's team wants to get him out today. State says he's dangerous and threatening. He is dangerous.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
dangerous to anyone. Um, he is dangerous to anyone that testified.
I hope all those people changed their phone numbers and moved.
Right? Yeah, I'm sure they're in there arguing it right now.
And
So,
don't think for 1 minute that his sons are not up to no good.
oh, you know his sons are up to no good. You know
Mm-hmm.
they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I was saying earlier is watching the jurors with their bank accounts and stuff, watch the kids' bank accounts and see how much was cashed out in the last week.
Oh, well, I'm sure quite a bit, because there's a bunch of people that that they paid $20 to wear those T-shirts that said "Free Puff."
Right. There's no room for your phone, lady.
Lady, you're in my picture. Get out of my picture. Just kidding. Excuse me, just for 1 second. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. They're not going to come out before I come back, but just in
No,
case.
well, the state has no charges on him, but the state could bring up charges on him. Maybe the state can get done what the feds couldn't. I really am so disappointed. And we knew the justice system was cracked. It's not cracked, it's broken and smashed to smithereens.
Well, I don't know. It would be a good thing if he got 20 years. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Hmm. Yeah, no, the state didn't have anything. But like I said, I'm hoping that down the road that they piece together um Tupac or Biggie. Yeah. Or Brittany Murphy or whatever. And I really think that it hurt them by not pulling in Justin Bieber and Usher. Right. That woman's probably rolling over in her grave right now because you can't tell me that he treated her normally like a husband or boyfriend would, or a baby daddy would. So, you guys, I don't know. This is just unbelievable to me. Unbelievable. It's sad. And then they wonder, yeah, true. You're absolutely right, Wolfie. He's not capable of being a good human being. He's not. Because anybody that thinks it's just domestic violence by pulling a woman by the hair down a hallway and kicking her, they should have tried. They should have brought attempted murder on him. They probably would have had a better chance of getting attempted murder than Rico. Of course, that's my opinion. But yeah, in my opinion, the prosecution did their job. They did their job, and they need to fix the situation with jurors. They really do.
I
Because
think
in this day and age, you guys, who wouldn't take 50 or $100,000 to get ahead a little bit?
right,
Unless you have morals.
right. This
Unless
is,
you have morals.
you know what I think? I think that when they wrote that letter to the judge and said, "I told you so," I think that pissed the judge off. And I think he said, "You know what? I'm going to give him the maximum sentence on all of this. Maximum on each one of those is 10 years."
Hmm.
I think he just threw the book at him.
I hope so.
I do
I
too.
hope. I mean, and as cruel as this sounds, he deserves to be in jail when his mama passes. That will be a good punishment for him. Not being able to be around his mama. Oh, but they probably will let him out for the funeral. So,
Oh, don't worry, he would get out for the.
right. And the defense did none of that. They never respected the judge. Never. They talked back to him. They argued with him.
Mhm. Right? He's holding the sentencing and everything in his hands. So they didn't show any respect to the judge at
No,
all.
no.
Winking and nod, kept doing his thing the whole
Right.
trial.
And they didn't show any respect to the women.
No, no.
Okay, so you don't I can see why they wouldn't have done sex trafficking for Jane because it was getting a little wishy-washy, but on Cassie for sure. He should have been found guilty. You're right. You're right, Wolfie. I found that he was too lenient towards the defense. Absolutely.
You know who else is going to get the? Well, he's already got the book thrown at him. Well, Kohlberger. That judge looked like he was a no nonsense judge.
But see, we could have good judges.
That would be nice.
We can have good judges. Who's to say? Because I heard this judge was phenomenal, and he's a young judge, and you don't become a federal judge at a young age.
Well, he may still be phenomenal. He may just turn around and just sock
Right,
it to him right here.
right. This is no bearing on the judge, and
Hmm.
he's not letting him go. So that's a checkpoint for him. Thank goodness.
That's what they said. It was everywhere. They're saying that it was denied. His bail was denied.
Good, because I mean, we all know that the phone calls would start as soon as he got out of jail.
Unbelievable.
Hmm.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I don't even know what to think now. I have had so many mixed emotions during this whole thing. One minute I think he's going to walk, and the next minute I don't think he's going to walk. And then
Right.
it's like, oh my God. And then
I
yeah,
thought
and everyone's saying that his bail was denied and he's facing 20 years. Um, we'll see. I mean, they're supposed to come out and talk to us. The attorneys, they're probably in there throwing a big fit right now.
sure. I'm sure Donaldson and Affilio.
You can't give him that. All he was a pimp.
Right. He ain't got no RICO charges.
He hasn't
He
got
ain't
no
got
RICO
no
charges.
sex trafficking.
All he was a pimp, and they were all adults in consent. They all consented
Right.
to all of this.
Yep.
I don't think that judge believes all that. I know.
We had half a
Spencer, right?
brain.
All of our eyes are like peeled on. Come on, come out of here. Let's see what happens. I can't wait for that door to start spinning. Let me see something here. While you guys are talking here, let me see something here. Is there anything? Okay, it says, all right. Let me go back here. So the judge said, the court has no position on what it will consider at sentencing nor what sentencing it will impose. But here's the burden is on him, and he cannot carry it. The defense argues the guidelines started at 21 months. The U.S. says 51 months. He's done 10 months.
Right.
I set sentencing for Friday, October 3rd at 10 a.m. I am willing to expedite it. And Agnifilio said, we would like it expedited. The judge said, we will need an expedited pre-sentencing report for probation, but I will be available at any time. The judge says, there is a great divide in the sentence guidelines. I see that Mrs. Konnie has her statute book open. The rule required the preparation of a report, absence of reasoned waiver. Probation may be able to be expedited. And the judge said, update me by July 8th at noon. Judge said, we will be holding a hearing on the afternoon of July 8th. Agnifilio said, Your Honor has a lot of information from presiding over the trial. We want the sentencing as soon as possible. Other Mann Act cases, there's nothing remotely similar to this. Agnifilio, the case we're reviewing involving defendants making money, millions, or involving minors. That's different. Here are the facts from our letters. See the United States versus Dillon. Covered here. Wow. Okay, let me see if I can go
They're
back.
not going to do it. Look at, they're all taking their mics down.
Okay, because I'm going back here. Let's see. In the courtroom, Combs' lawyer, Brian Sill, and Jason Driscoll are patting each other on the back. Agnifilio is in the holding cell with Combs. His family is in a second row in the gallery. Combs' lawyer, Agnifilio, Alexander Sharpio, and Teeny Girgos merged from the holding cell, still waiting for Sean Combs to be brought into the courtroom by the U.S. Marshals. Sean Combs has been brought in, sits next to Teeny Girgos reading. Agnifilio walks over to the turn, then back over to his seat. Prosecutions are in place in the front table waiting for the judge. The judge, I have read the party submission and others. The jury convicted the defendant of 3 counts, 3 and 5, for the following reason. Bail is denied. The judge, even if the defendant has solely required to show that he is not a danger to the community, he could not meet that burden. Prior to the trial, the court denied bail and sees no reason to reverse that now. The defense conceded the defendant's violence.
Good.
The judge, his violence is depicted in the video of Cassie Ventura. The defense admitted this is a terrible moment. Domestic violence issues is what he said. It wasn't only that, there was the London hotel incident. The judge, there was violence after the searches in this case, and as to Jane, there was June 2024, and after the searches of Combs' residence, this evidence disregards the law and prosperity for the violence. The court takes no position on what it will be considered at the sentencing, nor what sentence it will impose. So, there you go. He's not going to walk out today. They're not going to give him bail. The judge said no, no bail.
Right.
He's got to go back to his holding cell.
Good.
And they are going to, not until July 8th, decide exactly what they're going to sentence him to. So, wow,
At least
guys,
he's not walking.
right? Nope, he's not going to walk today. He's walking right over to his holding cells, or walking right back over to, right? Yay! He's going right back over to MD Brook.
Right.
And then, and then they are going to sentence him. Well, it says the judge said, I will do sentencing for Friday, October 3rd at 10 a.m. I'm willing to expedite it. And they ask for it to be expedited. And so the judge said, we will hold a hearing on the afternoon of July 8th. So that's what? Monday? Is that Monday?
Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday. They will be holding a hearing. And Phil, Your Honor has a lot of information from presiding over the trial. We want the sentencing as soon as possible. Other Mann Act cases, there's nothing remotely similar to this. And so he is going to be sentenced on July 8th, Tuesday. Yes, he will get time served, but we don't know if this judge isn't going to throw the book at him. And if the judge throws the
Nice.
book at him, well, see. So, Linda, you're getting your way here. Have you been praying, little girl?
Yes. Yes. I want to see him do at least 20, or at
Okay.
least sentenced to 20. How about that?
Okay. So, July 8th, we will find out at that time exactly what the sentencing is, and he is going to be held until then. And thank you, God, I was wrong.
Right.
I did not want to see him walk. I did not want to see him walk out of there.
Absolutely.
You got to keep this. You got to keep this monster down.
Absolutely. And hopefully the judge will do the right thing.
Yes, Norm. Prayers answered. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely, prayers answered.
I
So,
think there would be a whole lot of trouble if they would have released him.
I think so too. I think that, yep. So there's no bail.
No.
He said, I've already said no bail. No bail.
Right.
I said it the first time and I'm saying it again. No bail. And I think they messed their self up when he turned around, when that letter was written, and he said, I told you so.
Right.
It's like, what do you mean you told me what? Who are
Because
you?
that
to
probably
tell me
pissed the
anything?
judge off when they found him not guilty.
I kind of think so. I kind of think
Pissed
so.
him off.
Yep. Yep. So he's looking at a 20 piece.
Right. And they couldn't find him guilty on bribery because they all got bribed.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't get him on extortion because I don't know why.
Right.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. But at least he's there for now. Enjoy your fireworks in jail, Diddy.
Right? You can watch him from the window.
Right.
Watch your fireworks from the window. There will not be any red, white, and blue freak offs. You are going to be spending your time in there till July 8th, and then we're all going to find out exactly how much time you're going to do.
Maybe if you're a good boy, they'll let you out of solitary to watch the fireworks.
From your window.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely, Wolfie.
Yep, you'll see us Monday night. You'll see us Sunday. You'll see us Sunday because that's not the 4th of July.
Yeah,
But-
I was wondering about Sunday if people are doing things with their family for the weekend or going away, if it would be worth it to go on.
All right. Are y'all doing things and you would prefer that we wait until Monday to come back on and we'll just take the weekend off? Or do you want to come meet back up here on Sunday? Let's get your guys' opinion here. It's up to you, whatever you guys want to do. And then
I
we
know
will
I
be
have
on Monday night for sure.
I have a jam-packed weekend.
Do you? Okay. Okay. Well, we'll call it for the rest of the week. We're going to take that government holiday like everyone else is going to do. And then we will be back on here Monday night. And maybe I can dig up a little bit more info here. And then we're going to, I've already got July 23rd on the calendar for Kohlberg's Burger. I don't want to call him Burger. I don't know why. But Kohlberger's trial at 9 a.m. And then the 27th is the start, the pre-hearing on Metcalf's trial. Carmelo, yeah. I just had a brain fart.
You guys have a safe and happy 4th of July.
Yep, and be thankful we're free and you're not Diddy.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all have a good rest of your day. Love y'all.
Bye. Love you.
Good night.
Good night.